Okay, today we are going to review the distance formula, which is used to find the distance between a pair of points on the coordinate plane. First pair of points we're going to use are points A, B. Step number 1, write the distance formula down. x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. We're going to make this one x1 and y1. I'm going to show you that it doesn't matter which ones you make x1 and y1 or x2 and y2. Now we're going to open up the parentheses. I'm going to put all the signs down, and I'm just leaving out the variables because now we're just going to fill in the numbers. x2 is 7, x1 is 1, y2 is 10, y1 is 2. Next step, work my way inside to out. 7 minus 1 is 6 squared plus 10 minus 2, which is 8 squared. Now I'm going to square 6, 36, plus 8 squared is 64. Add them together. 36 plus 64 is 100. Square root of 100, we know 100 is a perfect square. So the square root of 100 is going to be 10. Now let's say you decided to make the first ones the x2 and y2, and you made the second ones x1 and y1. What that would have done, okay, so let's say up here we made these the 2's, and you made these the 1's. Okay, so what that would have done was that would have just made us do 1 minus 7 squared and 2 minus 10 squared. Again, working inside out. You do 1 minus 7, which is negative 6, but that's inside of parentheses. 2 minus 10, which is negative 8, and that's inside of parentheses. So when we're squaring that, negative 6 squared is going to be, again, 36. So right here, we're going to end up at the same spot we did on the previous problem. 36 plus 64. Again, square root of 100, same answer. Distance is going to be 10. Okay, so it doesn't matter which ones you make the x1s and y1s. You just got to keep the x's together, keep the y's together, and it should all work out. Let's try another example. Write the formula down. I would go up here, label them, x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, I'm going to write the parentheses out, everything but the variables. If you notice, I have a negative right up here. So my x2 is going to be negative 1. Now I'm just putting the numbers in that are up here. Minus 2. And then I'm going to go 7 minus 3. Working inside out. Negative 1 minus 2. Negative 3 squared. Plus 7 minus 3, which is 4 squared. Negative 3 squared is going to be positive 9. 4 squared is positive 16. 9 plus 16 is going to be 25. Again, we have a perfect square underneath the radical. Square root of 25 is 5. Okay? So you got to be careful when you have negative numbers. That's going to throw a little trick in here on some of the problems. You'll see on the next one where I use a lot of negatives. Okay, so that's this one. Square root of 25 is 5. Try number 3. Now, if you'd like to try this on your own before you proceed with the video, it'd be a great idea. Okay, so let's go. We'll make this one x1, y1, x2, y2. Write our formula out. Now I'm going to rewrite everything, just leaving the variables out. So parentheses, the minus sign, parentheses, squared, plus, parentheses, the minus sign, parentheses, squared. Now I'm going to take this number here, -2, and I write that in, -2. Take this number up here, -7, which is x1. You got to write in -7, and if you see, I made 2 negatives. Okay, so y2 is going to be -15. y1 up here is a -3, so I have to write that number in here, -3. Again, that's happening twice here in this problem. So let's see what that does. I don't want to do too much at one time on any one step. So this is -2. 2 negatives make a positive, so that becomes +7 squared, plus -15. -3 would be a +3 squared. Okay. -2 plus 7 is going to be 5 squared, plus -5 plus 3 is a -12 squared. 5 squared is 25, plus -12 squared is 144. 25 plus 144 is going to be 169. Square root of 169 is a whole number, which is 13. Okay, we're going to do some practice with these problems and mixed radicals when the number underneath the square root symbol is not a whole number. We're going to do that in a later lesson. Okay, so there are the prime examples of how you do the distance formula, different cases, positives and negatives and whatnot. Okay, thank you and have a great day. Hope you found this useful. Any questions, let me know.